Right, this is going to be the first one of a couple of videos today. I've just got up this morning and seen that Matt Sargent had posted a thing about Joe Rogan and Michael Shermer. So let's have a wee listen to this.
Hillary Clinton, yeah, flat earthers, forests aren't real. Is that what they're saying, Jamie? The flat earthers? We're going to talk about the...
Right, bang, right away, there you go. You know, is this what the flat earthers are saying, that forests aren't real? So straight away, Joe Rogan's making a generalisation, you know, about who flat earthers are, you know, and lumping everybody together, you know, with these attachments of no trees and whatever else they're going to talk about. So instantly, Joe Rogan is employing the use of logical fallacies because he's generalising flat earthers are just all one thing, right? So, not very clever is Joe.
Flat earthers, for one reason. The reason why I wanted to bring this up is because I think there's a lot of folks out there that are super gullible, and I think they're being trolled. I think they're being trolled by people who put together these... It's one of two options. Either they're being trolled by people who put together these elaborate arguments for something that they don't believe because...
Right, Joe. You know, the elaborate arguments. Let's have a look at the heliocentric model, Joe. Have you actually went and looked at the heliocentric model? You know, it's an elaborate trolling as far as I'm concerned, because there is absolutely zero proof for it, right? Now, pull back on your use of logical fallacy. Stop, you know, generalising and using all these fucking sweeping statements. Get somebody genuine on your show, Joe. I'll challenge you, Joe. Have me on your show. We'll see what you know about science, about real science. And Michael Shermer. Get him on the show. Get me on the show and we'll have a discussion. Right?
Because they're just trying to make money off of YouTube views.
Right. Nah, the only thing that's making money is the globe lie, right? You know, huge money being made from it, and you know fine well that's the reality. You know, who's making money for saying that the Earth's not a globe? You show me who's making the money. I'm not making the money. You know fine well who makes the money from the lie of the globe. Joe.
Which is entirely possible. Yeah. And this needs to be thought of. I mean, it really needs to be considered. Because
that's just I'm saying that, oh, we're so gullible. You know, somebody's made this elaborate hoax up and people are so gullible to believe it. No, Joe, the only one that's gullible is you, son. I don't even know what your qualifications are. You know, what were you, MMA fighter or something? You know, you've got the intelligence of a gnat here. You know, why are people like you in these positions? This is what pisses me off. A total illogical, numpty, spewing crap, right? Paul doesn't even know what science means, what natural science means.
YouTube videos can be extremely lucrative. If you can get a YouTube video with millions of hits,
just like your channels, Joe,
videos on all sorts of different conspiracies and all sorts of different crazy things can generate that kind of volume. Mm-hmm. You're making real money.
Pennies on the dollar, but if it's millions,
yes, yeah, it starts becoming real money and starts. And if you do a bunch of them,
let's see Michael start swimming in his seat. Yeah,
it becomes like what they do. They create these silly videos. But people who just don't have the time or the inclination to actually read scientific papers and articles and journals and all these different things that explain how we've known for a long time.
A long time. Right? Explanations don't mean shit, Joe. Where is your actual proof? The empirical proof that proves that it's a globe? Your NASA pictures don't count. Right? Joe Rogan, Michael Shermer, show us one proof that it's a globe. Bring it. I guarantee you this video would get ignored by Joe Rogan and Michael Shermer, you know, because they know exactly that they're telling lies.
Yeah, it's a myth that Columbus proved that the Earth is.
Oh, Columbus! Let's employ more logical fallacies. Loads and loads of papers say so, and loads of people said so. So we'll just employ logical fallacies and appeal to numbers and appeal to authority. You know, absolute morons.
Flat that it's round. The ancients knew, the Greeks knew, Columbus knew.
Did they? I take it you know all the people from back then, Michael Shermer, or is it just the selective papers and the selective stories that you decide are real? You know, did you meet the thousands and millions of people that lived back then? No, you didn't, Michael Shermer.
everyone knew.
Everyone knew. No, they never. Let's see what I mean about these broad, sweeping statements that they make. You know, oh, everybody knew, everybody, therefore it must be true. Ask these people for their actual proof about everybody knew, right? Their papers and their stories. Ask them for empirical proof.
The Sumerians knew.
Absolutely.
They're depictions on clay.
Right.
When they drew it in clay, they drew all the planets as circles.
Right.
Oh, all the planets, they drew all the planets in circles. So that means that we live on a circle. What is your logic here, Joe? Explain. You know, this is the power that these people have. They just sit there and add this emotional, sweeping generalisation and know that it's going to sway people because, look at me, I'm a celebrity. Whatever I say means it's true. I'm rich because that means I'm intelligent. No, you're such a dumb guy. And so is Michael Shermer. How do these people get into these positions? They are thick as two short planks, honestly.
They knew.
Right. I mean, there's some obvious, simple ones anybody could do. If you see an eclipse, like a lunar eclipse,
here we go.
you can see the Earth shadow on the moon.
Oh, for fuck's sake. Well, Michael, how can I see a shadow on the moon when the sun and the moon are at the same in the sky at the same time? And there's nothing in between them. Stop talking shit, right? Again, all these people do is referencing the sky. They've got their sneaky tactics, right? They'll reference the sky, which never gives you the proof of the shape of Earth that you're upon. And then the only other thing they've got is viewing things over water because they know there's an issue with moisture in the air, with refraction, diffraction and reflection. So sneaky, so simple. This is all these people have. You just need to start pounding them on it.
If you're high enough and the ships are sailing out, you can see the mast is the last thing you would see as the hull drops over the horizon first slowly.
Okay, Michael, so how far away is the ship going over the curvature of the Earth? And if I had an equilateral triangle and I was the observer A was looking at the ship, which is B, and I'm observer C, 45 degrees from the observer in the ship, why can we never see curvature from left to right, Michael? Why do you not show curvature over land, Michael? Right? You dishonest person, you.
There's things like that we know the Earth is round.
No, we don't know. This is just your illogical nonsense. Oh, my perspective says that it's going over a curve, so therefore it must be a ball. How do you get a ball on a sphere, Michael? Where is your practical examples, Michael? No words in scientific papers that say so from your priests and your religions. No. Where's the empirical proof? Michael, back your claims, Michael.
You travel around, you come back to where you started.
But there you, you've done this. You travel around the globe and you come back to where you started. Show me your proof. Show me that that's what you've done.
Now their explanation, the flat earthers, is that, it's round like pizza, but a round flat pizza.
Oh, here we go. The flat earthers now, another generalising, sweeping statements. The flat earthers say that it's a pizza. Back your claim again, Michael. Who said that? I've never said it was a pizza. Where are you getting this information from? Selective. You're just picking it selectively. Methinks.
And all the continents are on the one flat face side up. And that the satellites are up there going around. It's like, but the satellite photos don't show all the continents in one picture because some of them are on the other side of the globe, so that refutes that.
Well, not only that, but they think that satellites are actually in planes. They're in planes in low Earth orbit that are just circling around. There's no actual satellites. They don't even believe in satellites.
Yeah, so back to the original comment.
Right, Joe, where's your proof that satellites are actually in space? Where's your proof, Joe?
Some of these recent ones are so crazy that you can't help but think, okay, they don't believe it. They're just yanking our chain for maybe financial reasons.
I'll tell you one thing, I don't have beliefs, Joe or Michael, right? I'll prove to you beyond a shadow of a doubt that you cannot be living on a globe, right? And that the story that we were told is absolute fucking bollocks, right? Get me in your show, Joe.
But that does get to the question I always get, which is, do these people really believe it? The cult leaders, the people that make...
The cult leaders. The only cult I see is the globe religion, right? Because you can't even question it, right? You ask serious questions, and this is the shit that you're getting. Insecure, priestly-like figures trying desperately to keep the religion relevant and keep it going, right? You have no proof of a globe. All you have is NASA images. Nothing else. Nothing. Natural science tells you that the natural physics of water prove beyond any shadow of doubt it cannot be a sphere. I don't care how much you want to invoke mystical, magical energies and powers. Natural science, making claims, model it, show me it. You show me how water can be on a sphere. You show me how, from me, the observer on the beach, watching this shit going over the curvature of the earth and the water's no flowing. Totally against what we observe and test 100% of the time. Right?
Claims, are they just making this stuff up? You know,
no, you're making your stuff up.
Called fiction fantasy.
No, you're full of fiction fantasy, Michael.
True believers, and it's hard to tell. It's hard to get inside people's heads. The old flat earthers of the 19th century, I think they really did believe it. There wasn't much money to be made.
I think they really did believe it because Michael knows them. Michael's been back in time to the ancient times, and he's been back to the early 1900s and spoke to all these people. Or has he just looked at books with writing in it and made his decisions from that? So Michael goes on hearsay. No very logical, is he? And this guy's a scientist. Fuck me.
On those kinds of things, I mentioned Alfred Russel Wallace, who was the co-discoverer of natural selection with Darwin. I wrote my dissertation on him.
Oh, here we go with his fucking
He
Darwin
was quite
crap.
a colorful character who was so open-minded to new ideas that he was also gullible. So open-minded enough to see this radical new theory of the evolution of life by natural selection. That's good. Pioneered other fields like biogeography and so on.
Blah, blah, blah,
He
blah, blah,
also was really into sciences,
Channeling.
all that stuff. But then he encountered an ad in one of the natural history magazines for this 500-pound bet if anybody could prove the Earth is round. So he devised a test.
And nobody's proved it's round, Michael.
The surveyor's scope. And you line it up, you can see that it bends. So at each point, the stick is 3 meters above the ground at each point. But you can see that it's dropped down in the last one. So it's bent. So he won the bet. But he didn't get paid, of course, because these people are cranks. And so he had to take him to court. This ended up costing him about $50.
Are you going to recreate this experiment, Michael, or are you just going to rattle on about a lot of shit? You don't seem like a scientist to me, Michael. I hope you understand the difference between natural science, formal science, and social science, Michael. Right? Empirical proof. Everybody should be able to test it and observe it. Everybody. Right? So, you show me your tests where this water's conforming to the sphere. You show me your tests where you can have a vacuum, a negative pressure system against a positive pressure system with no solid separation. Michael, back your claims, right? I'm challenging you, Michael and Joe Rogan. I hope you see this. Get me in your show. But I've got a funny feeling you'll run away and avoid it because you've no courage. You're no brave. You're a priestly figure spouting pseudoscience and trying to support your fucking religion.
Years of his career, just wasting time.
Blah, 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 blah.
And I found these letters that this guy wrote.
Can't be ball listening to him.
Life, but some of them are a little mentally deranged.
Sure, and they
Mentally deranged. Listen to what you're talking about. Right? Why don't you try and prove your globe? Right? Without the use of logical fallacies, without, generalising, appealing to authority or appealing to numbers. Show us a proof.
attach themselves to
The burden is not on us, right? The claim that I was born into is that it was a globe. Prove it. Prove your claim. Stop letting these idiots away with this. Go on this video and these people and start hammering them. Pressure them, right? Because they've got nothing. Nothing. And they're desperately trying to cling to their power.
someone like Wallace or Darwin or anybody giving you attention, the person's engaging you, and it elevates your standing. And then whenever two people are arguing, a certain amount of people are going to choose sides.
There you go.
They're just going to, even if...
Well said, Joe. This is what I've been saying about the drama and the whole flat earth thing. You know, as long as you've got two opposing sides, you're going to get people's attention. That's exactly what's going on in the whole flat earth thing.
What you're saying doesn't make any sense. There's going to be a gang of people that go, I like what he's saying. And
Yeah. See, this is it, because these people want you in an emotional state with opinions and blah, blah, blah. natural science isn't about opinions and personalities, Joe Rogans and Michael Shermers. You know, it's the facts of fucking reality, right? So let's start seeing the facts of reality. The challenge is out there, right? I'm biting for the Mark Sargent's video. Joe, Michael, let's have it. Any so-called scientist or celebrity that thinks they're fucking smart, get me on your show. I know I'm animated and pissed off and angry, but it's only because I'm doing this on camera, because I'm watching it and it's fucking annoying me. The two of you are fucking absolute idiots.
And join in, and people love. They love to be on a team. They love to be. They want to be on Team Wallace or Team Crank.
Exactly.
That's a natural.
Well, that's also
Well, at least Joe's got a wee bit of intelligence. He sees how that works, you know.
the people, like a lot of creationists, want to debate on.
Right. So, hammer these people. They've got nothing. They're just talking shit. And as you can see, the problems that I could see coming before was this no trees and all these other things. And it's just they're getting lumped together, so they've got something to ridicule because they're terrified of the truth, because they know they have nothing, right? If you understand natural science, logic, and reason, you can tear these people apart, because you'll be correct. They have absolutely nothing. Back them into a corner, force them into it, right? Share this. Come on, Joe. Come on, Michael. Let's have it. Just a normal guy. I shouldn't be a threat to you. I'll be returning later today with going through the comments, responses from Flat Earth Conspiracy and Lawrence Wright to point out logical fallacies, you know, and clearly show these people's games. Peace.